Hello and welcome back to the Tales of Symphonia talk through me, the Jonin Monkey.
And me, Sven the Crusader.
Last time we managed to break out of a mysterious and presumably designed base, and now I'll be honest, this one's going to be more story based. Because we frankly did a rest after all that.
Yeah, that was kind of a high-octane beginning to a game.
Indeed.
Also, I cannot understate how much I love the music in this game.
Yeah, I really do love the soundtrack to this, I've got to be... I was so tempted to buy the special editions that came with the soundtrack, but in the end my wallet just wouldn't go. There was not enough room. Also, curious fact, basically the gist of the conversation is that Ray's hoping to use the expert here, and she's hoping that there's a key crest among the artifacts. But what's actually pretty amusing is that some of these artifacts actually do come back into play later on in the story, mostly through side quests, but still...
I totally forgot that, so that's practically new information for me.
Well, mainly two items. Technically one of them gets involved in a skit, but I'll explain. But yeah, thankfully they found one out of a design base, and Lloyd can fix it, so that officially means Rain is a party member.
Fantastic! My favorite party character.
Yeah, same here.
Although that's not to discredit anyone else, this cast is just awesome.
Indeed, indeed. And speaking of which, now that we've had passed the night away, like I said before, character actions can be raised in this game through optional seeds, and this is one of those moments where you'll get a chance to walk around and talk to people, and yeah, if you go into Colette's room first, you can raise her affection if you want by getting this. See?
Are you asleep?
Lloyd.
Apparently she wasn't asleep.
I'm sorry that Father, Grandmother, and I couldn't prevent your exile.
You dork. It's not your fault, so you don't need to worry about it.
This is a recurring theme of Lloyd and Colette's relationship, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I seem to recall
For
that.
Mama's sake, and for the sake
Yeah.
of the villagers that were killed, I'm going to do my
It's kind of
best.
cute in a way, because it's kind of like Lloyd's the constant confidence boost to stop Colette from being down on herself, because, well,
Good night.
Colette does have a lot of expectations riding on her shoulders, so you can kind of understand why she's so nervous.
Yeah, kind of the whole of Silverant in the balance thing.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where you would go for a plot progression. The rain scene's going to happen either way.
Professor, you're still awake.
Yes, I've been
But I believe if you talk to her again, it raises your affection. I'm gonna have to see what past me does, because I forget that part.
Thank you, but you mustn't overexert yourself. It's going to be a long journey after all. I don't mind if it takes a while to fix.
So, are you saying that it's okay for Genus and me to come along on this journey?
Oh yes, they are officially part of the group now, although, yep, they're the main characters, it was kind of obvious, but...
Oh yeah, I fixed the key crest, so here, take it.
You fixed it already.
It looks like, I'm pretty sure all that Rain's effects goes up automatically throughout this scene, but, or maybe you have to talk to her again. Yes, you do, sorry about that.
Oh good, past you remembered.
Oh dear, and, no, yeah, past me remembered, future me couldn't keep up, apparently. This is what happens when you have a long gap between videos and recording, but
Yes, a disconnect between your past and present selves.
yes. Ugh. Anyway.
Sounds like wibbly wobbly doctors meeting doctors thing.
Pretty much, yeah. Anyway, that's the way to raise affection. You can also raise it or decrease it with Genus.
That seems to be a running theme.
Yeah. Should be obvious which one. Oh god, Genus is that cheesy in his sleep.
Oh my god. Oh, God. That was sugarier than my marshmallows.
And so we wish them a good night, and... Okay!
And Gina sleeps through that.
I think he's used to it at this stage.
True.
But yeah, I definitely recommend following Chronos, even if you're not trying to raise his affection, just because I love this scene, I'm not gonna lie.
Well.
Off to a bad start.
Yeah. Not the best way to start off a conversation.
Startled isn't the word for it. Best not stand behind.
Oh, thank you, Scott Maxwell.
Do you like animals?
No, not particularly.
Well, Noah seems to be quite comfortable with you.
Foreshadowing.
Partially that, but also there's a funny bit of truth to it. It's I've actually read in a book somewhere that the reason animals seem to warm up to the people who seem to be the least interested in them is because staring directly at cats and dogs is the equivalent of challenging them. So it's the ones who are looking away and trying to ignore them that often, ironically, have animals get drawn near to them because they assume, oh, they don't mind me being here, therefore I can relax near them.
Wow! Tales of Symphonia and a science lesson.
Yeah. You get many things out of this talk through. Subscribe!
Please do. We're running out of views.
Oh, dude. So yeah, time for the early morning mission briefing. Because yeah, today we're going to set off to the first official temple of the game. Well, technically the base is a dungeon, but well, this is the first actual temple to be.
Yeah. In other words, it's the first walking puzzle. Pretty
much. Also, we acquire the monster list. This is one of those many, I guess you could call them collectopedia things you can fill out on your journey. We're not going to do that on this game. Not just because I'm being lazy, but because it actually requires 2 playthroughs to complete. I'm not joking.
Oh wow, I forgot all about that. No wonder I never finished the damn thing.
Also, I love this skit. Mainly just because it's the 2 adults talking about how everything's going on, so it's them, well, so it's them from their perspective, and Kratos is pointing out that it's kind of weird to have some children in a group who decide to save the world, and Ray's pointing out, you're a mercenary, I'm a teacher, we're not qualified either.
It is true. Also, I like the general sense of poking fun at. Okay, I forgot you existed. I like the general sense of poking fun at the teenagers saving the world trope in JRPGs.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I do like the skits, because they do actually poke holes in some of the tropes and gameplay logic that occurs in RPGs. And yeah, this is the Wonder Chef. I mentioned before when we were talking about cooking that you can earn different recipes along the journey. This is how. Basically, in every single town, there'll be one object that looks ridiculously out of place, and it will have, and you can examine it with the X button in the HD version, A button in the GameCube version. This is how you acquire recipes. And this is also another side quest that takes part. Basically, have Colette talk to dogs.
Oh
okay,
god, I
also,
forgot all about that side quest.
Indeed. Yeah, as I've demonstrated here, the quest can only occur if Colette is the, I guess you call it party display. It's not so much that Colette is the controllable character, it's that you can choose basically the who you're controlling and who is the display image. I usually leave it as Lloyd on the default because he's the set character, but there are times when you will have to switch over to another character to activate side quests, and Colette is naming all the dogs.
Yeah, I would say something, but hey, I'm in no position to judge. If there were cats in this game and I were in the same universe, I'd probably do the same.
Fair enough. Plus, you have to give props to Colette the fact that she comes up with a name for every single one of them. Everyone's unique.
Yeah, honestly, that impresses me. I can't do that for the characters I write.
Oh. Also, past me is getting kind of lost because there is, like I mentioned, there is one special story skit which is around here somewhere, but in the meantime we have to deal with the new enemies, these hawks.
And they are annoying.
Indeed. Mostly just getting them out of the air is a pain in the arse, but another thing that I'm kind of demonstrating here, like I said last time, I have Kronos working as a long-range magic user so that he can unlock some more powerful spells and more techniques through them. We also have Rain in the battle, and at the very start, she only knows one technique, which is First Aid. She becomes an invaluable party member much later in the game, but you have to wait for her to learn the techniques first. So what I normally do in the strategy menu is change it to frontalness. So basically, she's an extra melee fighter who hits things with a stick.
As you do.
Yeah.
Later on, she more accurately fills the role of White Mage, but for now, this is the best we can do.
Indeed. And now it just occurred to me that, oh yeah, Ray uses displays First Aid there. I think that's why past me kept this battle in, otherwise I'm not entirely sure. Anyway. And one of them had an egg on them. Interesting. Anyway.
I think we just... Was there a snake in there? Because I think we just stole its egg.
Ah. Why am I questioning gameplay logic? Anyway,
Get used to it, Lloyd. There's a lot of it.
Yeah, pretty much. Although I do like this, I do like little points like this where Kronos is actually, you do point it out that it is kind of ridiculous to stop complain about every little thing when you know that you're not on this journey to have fun or anything like that, so...
Yeah, even if the temptation to complain is really, really strong.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if we go up this little stretch, you'll see the glowing character skit, and it rains. This is why I was hunting it down.
Hallelujah!
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll come right out and say it. For these to work, it's best to choose one character and stick to them. In the case of this talkthrough, it's gonna be a two-horse race between Rain and another character we'll see much later on.
I know who.
Yeah. So... So for the time being, most of my decisions are gonna be the ones that work in favor of Rain that aren't too douchey, cause honestly, if there are any answers that make you look like a complete douche and ignoring someone in need, it raises Rain's
oh god.
Which is actually kind of cruel in all honesty. Because she isn't that bad of a person, she's just very logical.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're dealing with Mr. Spock here.
Indeed. And yeah, here's another little skit. I do like these skits poking at things, although I'm not sure if I'll show all of them, partially due to giving you guys something to talk about, but also the fact that yeah, some of them are just seem to be really short ones that are just kind of saying, oh, doesn't this look odd? Or, ooh, it could be important. And honestly, they kind of sort of break the flow, really, especially in the videos like this.
Yeah, also time constraints.
Pretty much, yeah. So, yeah, if you want me to include all the skits, let me know in the comments. But until then, I think in future I may cut out any skits I don't think are important or don't really have anything of significance we can talk about. Just, you know, commentary, we've got to keep it rolling.
Yeah, sometimes you just run flat out of things to say, as our old videos prove.
Yeah.
No
On the
repeats
side
of
note,
that.
yeah. On the side note, I believe I've said this before, but you can save in the overworld without the use of save points, and it's best as it is right now because here we have Triad Ruins. They're actually very easy to find as far as the maps go, but yes, I'll go back to what I was saying in a moment, but what I'm doing now is these skills, there's another use for EXE skills aside from boosted stat effects. They are put into two types, strike type and technique types. This affects what techniques you get later on in the game, and I'll talk more about that when it comes up. But for now, we are entering Triad Ruins. It's very easy to find on the map, but we took that deviation just so that we could get Rain's character skit.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about the strike and tech separation and what caused it. I'm relearning a lot of stuff here. This has been very informative.
Hooray!
And Lloyd's still whining. And so's Noish.
Yeah, you beat me to that one.
Be on your guard. There are enemies about.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah. These are the first fire elemental enemies. These, they're fairly easy to deal with. Their main strategy is they're basically spellcasters, inanimate spellcasters, I guess you could say, so just slash them to death, really, that's all.
Yeah, they go down like any squishy mage. Even though they're made of stone.
Going to be a nuisance.
Paradox.
Video game
anyway,
logic. Not gonna question video game logic.
Speaking of learning techniques, as we were a while back, Kratos is now teaching us a defensive technique which is pretty useful but actually tricky to pull off. From now on, every character will have a defensive technique. You can either assign it to a technique slot or just press down while you're guarding. In Lord's case, it's a technique called Guardian. You saw the list. What it does is that it significantly reduces the damage taken. It's like a super block. This is very useful to guard against magic spells and more powerful arts. The only problem is, when situations go south, it's often not the first reflex that comes to mind. So I find it very tricky to get off sometimes, especially when spells are about. You can't do it mid-combo, which is...
Yeah, I can't say I ever really used it just for that reason, even though it was probably would have been a good idea.
Yeah, it can be a lifesaver, but it is also kind of annoying. This skit, I will say, whenever you see a combo skit, that's a signifier that character is the highest effective with Lloyd. When they reach the maximum spot, you'll get the skit with Lloyd and the other character. Right now, Colette's in the lead, so of course, she and Lloyd have that skit. I believe these two are the only ones who can have a second variation of that skit if it continues, but otherwise, if you want a marker of who's the top character, that's your best bet.
Ha! If I ever replay this game, that is very handy to know.
There are other ways to find out, but we'll get to that when the time comes.
Say, is this the seal? It has my family's crest on it.
And back to plot.
For right now. Oh god.
It's clearly of a different
Yeah.
from the surrounding stone.
We've seen Rain's more bizarre behavior. This is the explanation. She's not just interested in archaeology, she's a massive fangirl of archaeology.
Yeah, one might say she's not just interested in archaeology, she's interested in archaeology.
Oh, yes.
Is she always like this?
So, yeah, basic... But if you ever decide to... Poor Genus. Well, to be fair, I think most people on the internet have at least one thing that sends them into these, ruin modes, I get that is what the game calls it.
I distinctly recall one character from an old RP we did.
Oh, yes.
I won't get into that because we're reaching the end of this and it's completely off topic.
Pretty much, yeah. In the meantime, yeah, these Oracle Stones are going to be the way that Colette opens up the new temples, and yeah, as I said, speaking of temples, we are about to leap inside now, so join us next time when we're exploring the Fire Temple. Kind of standard, but what can you do?
Good save.